Welcome to Vlogmas Day 22. You may have noticed that I was a little MIA yesterday, which was Sunday, December 21st. My daughter's boyfriend was visiting for the weekend, so we just got super busy yesterday. Did not have time to film. I didn't even make the stocking for yesterday until late into the evening. So I thought, instead of rushing through a video late last night, I'm just going to do another joint Vlogmas. So today's Vlogmas is day 21 and day 22. Welcome. I've already made my stocking for today, which is the 22nd, but let me show you what I made yesterday. For day 21, I used a green and a yellow, I don't know why, little scrappy yarns, and the stocking came out like this. So another fun stocking, another unique stocking. Can't go wrong with any colors that you put together. In this stocking, I have two choices of yarn. One is going to go in this stocking, one is going to go in the stocking for today. It's a tough choice. They're both relatively similar, same color, different hue, I guess. So I think I'm just gonna go with this one. So I've got a dark pink. This is a complete disaster, and I will be happy to use the rest of it up in next year's Vlogmas when I unwrap all of these stockings and make a project with all of this yarn that's in all of those stockings. So for day 21, we're going with this dark pink. I am not winding it nicely. I am sure my future self won't be too happy. Into the stocking it goes. I found a tail I didn't weave in. We're just gonna stuff that back in there for a second. And you can kind of see that pink. I might go ahead and rewrap this one a little bit better. There we go, much better. You can just see a little bit of the pink at the top. I'm gonna put this stocking over there with the rest of them for Vlogmas Day 21, which is yesterday. And now we get to do Vlogmas Day 22, which is today. Today is Monday. Warm welcome to everyone. I hope you are having a relaxing as it can be before holidays. I hope everyone had a nice weekend, and I hope everyone is having a fantastic start to this busy week. For today's stocking, I did another variegated stocking. Did not do a different color on the toe, the heel, and the cuff. I just went one type of yarn throughout the whole stocking. I did that with the yarn that is that mistletoe Christmas, like my ugly elf scarf, which came out pretty cool for the stocking. So I decided to try it again since I have a lot of variegated yarns that I really don't know what to do with. And for this Vlogmas, I don't want to use the variegated yarn as mystery yarn in my stockings because I don't want to use it in the project that I'm doing next year, even though I have no idea what that project is. I didn't want to mix it up too much with those variegated yarns because we all know that sometimes variegated yarns just don't work with certain stitch patterns. So I avoided that, but I am using the variegated yarns when I'm making the stockings. And if you're new and haven't seen any of my previous Vlogmas videos, I am making my very own mystery scrap yarn advent for next year. So each day this year, I am crocheting a little stocking, stuffing it with some scrappy yarns that I have in my stash, and then next year for Vlogmas, I will open and unwrap a stocking a day and start making a project. So next year, I get to unbox a mystery yarn and then crochet something with all of those yarns. I don't know what that project is, but we'll think of something. So for today, the yarn that I used is this. It is a super pretty rainbowy type variegated yarn. It is not soft. It's one of those acrylic yarns that is a little bit more rough. It's just a Craft Smart value yarn. This colorway is called Fiesta, so it is very pretty. Got a lot of different colors in there. I've used it in bookmarks and other little tiny things, maybe appliques or something, but I still have a good chunk of it, and I said, why not make a stocking out of it? So that is what we did. And here is the stocking. So you can see I just used the same yarn throughout. I was kind of lazy. I made this last night after I made yesterday's stocking, which is now over there, and I wanted to get a head start because I want to get this video up and posted. I'm going to go out, do some unfortunate last minute shopping. I'm also going to take my son out for lunch since he is now home from school. And I didn't want to have to come back and rush through a video and try to make a stocking when I hadn't done one yesterday. So I went ahead, made this stocking last night, and I like how it came out. I think it would be even nicer if I had changed colors for the toe, the heel, and the cuff like I normally do for these stockings. But again, I was lazy. I just kind of wanted to get it done, so I had it to show you. So these, when I don't change colors, I did it as well with that mistletoe yarn. It's just because I was being lazy. But I do like the stocking. So that yarn did work up nicely. And again, I think it would pop even more if I had changed colors, as I normally do for the toe, heel, cuff. But I am happy with this. And the yarn that we are going to put into this stocking is a bright pink. I have used this as well as that darker pink that we just used for yesterday's stocking. I have used both of these in stockings as I'm making the stockings this year. I just had a little bit left. I decided, you know what, this is enough for a scrappy yarn advent stuffer, a stocking stuffer. So I'm going to use this. And these stockings are so fun once they're filled with things. So Vlogmas stocking, day 22. I'm going to go ahead, put it over there. And it's kind of hard to see all of the different stockings that I've got over there. But I have 22 stockings now. Just a few days left. I've got a little bit of this yellow from yesterday's stocking, and I think I might use that in one of the few stockings we have left for this Vlogmas. I've got a few other smaller yarn scraps around that I can use as well, but I do need to go through today and kind of see what I've got left. I have made so much progress in this project and just throughout the year, and even going back to last year when I was doing the filet crochet calendar type blanket. I've used so much acrylic yarn that I really need to restock on most of the colors of acrylic yarn because I have very few. I've got a lot of blues and I've got some reds now. I've got some oranges. I've got a very little amount of green, but I really have no more pink or purple. I think I've used all of the black. I don't tend to use black yarn too much, but it is nice to have around in case you need it. I have some white. I just need to go through and see what I've got and what I don't have. Once I get home from lunch today and shopping, I think I need to finish up a couple late last minute Christmas gifts. Nothing too exciting, just a couple ideas that I had, and for a lack of a better idea, I decided to go ahead and make some quick things, almost as like stocking stuffers for some of my family. So that is what I'm going to do today. And yeah, I think that wraps up today's dual video for Vlogmas 21 and 22. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.